Hello Internet, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody, and this is the Christian News Show we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays with geeksondergrace.com. And before we get into the news, a special shout out to James Albert. He's one of our Patreons. We have a reward on patreon.com/geeksondergrace that if you buy it, you get a special shout out on one of the shows. That's what he did, and we thank you for it. And the first story of the day isn't really a news story, it's just adorable. I've actually seen one of these in the past, but it is a video of Christmas according to children. Basically, a church asked a bunch of little children to tell them about the birth of Jesus. And then they do so, and it's amazing, especially when the little girl sings Glorious. And actually, with this one, they had the adults act it out, and that just makes it even better. So you definitely need to check it out. I'm gonna leave it in the description below. You can check it out after this video. It will definitely make you smile. And then also in the news, more Atheist Billboards, war on Christmas type stuff. There is a group called American Atheists, and they are putting up billboards telling people not to go to church. I think my favorite is the Make Christmas Great Again, skip church one. If it worked for Trump, it'll work for us. And then the other one, I just don't feel like really brings their point home. It's a text message conversation. To the left of that is a teenager, which you can assume is the one who is having the conversation, because everybody should get their wisdom from a teenager trying to be rebellious. And I know some Christians are really angry about this, but I don't really see a reason to be. I've said this before, but atheists that act like this, they act a lot like Christians. I mean, we just can't act like we don't do the same thing. And then the final story of the day, I know we've talked about a while back, and that is the idea of having a Bible in a hotel room. Not to make this an atheist-focused show, but I think the last time we talked about it was the Freedom from Religion Foundation trying to get rid of them. And so the Marriott has these two new hotel brands. They're supposed to be geared towards millennials. And they're called Moxie and Edition. And according to the Marriott, they are not going to allow Bibles to be left in the drawers of these hotel rooms because it doesn't fit the personality of the brand, which I thought was kind of interesting. Which shows me evidence of just how much of a Christian bubble I am, because I didn't realize that there was still a stigma of Christianity being an old person thing. Granted, the church that I go to is a young adults church, and it's about 900 members. It also should be noted they're not going to be allowing the Book of Mormon either, because usually if you go to a hotel room, there's one or the other or both. Though saying usually really isn't that accurate anymore. 10 years ago, 95% of hotels had Bibles in their hotel rooms. Today, that number has dropped to 48%, though we don't know how accurate that can really be, as most hotels allow the manager of that hotel to decide whether or not they want them. So here's the thing. I don't really think that Bibles in hotel rooms was probably saving that many lives. I think more than anything is just evidence of a loss of Christian culture. But I've said before, I think that ideally we should have a Bible and then a study guide with that Bible in hotel rooms. I mean, if you're struggling enough that you pick up a Bible and start reading it in a hotel room, and it's the first time you've picked one up in years, it would be great to have another book that was like, hey, this is what you should start reading. This is what you should be looking into to get that conversation going. I mean, the Bible is huge and kind of can be overwhelming sometimes. I just think it'd be cool to, even if it just said, hey, start in the book of Proverbs or the Gospel of John, something like that. But the question of the day is, how do you feel about Bibles being removed from hotel rooms? I feel like we're going to have a lot of interesting conversation here, because it's not just a case of should we have them, should we not, but do they really matter or do they not? I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below with your answer. Also, make sure you check out geeksondergrace.com for more geeky content. My name is Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not-so-boring kind of way every Tuesday and Thursday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray, and to everybody like, subscribe. I will see you later, and God bless.